Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Nephilim, to Diablo 3 Challenge of 137. This is Zanthyst Gaming, and we are going to be doing a DMO build today. Not too difficult. Hopefully you guys don't struggle with it too much. A couple little tips we can give you at the beginning to try and make things a little bit easier for you. First of all, make sure you have your shield on, as your damage mitigation does rely on it heavily. Other than that, you want to probably numlock your explosive blast. I've moved around these two abilities just because it makes it easier for me. Right click and then drag them with the left click, and you can move where they're at. So how it works is you get your damage bonus and your damage mitigation when you pass the slow time bubble, and then everything you're going to do to them is going to do more damage if they have touched the slow time bubble. Also, your slow time bubbles are refreshed by both your signature and your spender, so make sure you're casting your signature as well as your spender in order to quickly refresh those bubbles. If you're moving between packs and there's nothing to do, you can just throw a couple of those and it'll refresh your slow time for your next pack, so you're nice and ready for it. Also, you can use your black hole to group things up so that you can throw down your slow time bubble, and let's say you're slightly off and your slow time bubble is not quite, no, that was actually right, but say your slow time bubble isn't quite right, you can displace things and move them around with your black hole. So little things you can do. Your black hole also makes you stronger. Your explosive blast gives you damage mitigation and a damage boost. Pretty easy stuff. We're going to jump on into it. You guys have seen the map. You do have Bane of the Powerful, so make sure you're killing the extra minions that come with the yellow packs. And yeah, we should be pretty good to go. I'm going to go and drag that over to my side monitor, re-numlock my explosive blast, and let's get on into this. Throwing my slow time bubble right away to this side, and then I'm going to throw kind of a black hole so I can move through these guys safely and not have to worry about dying to them. And then we're just going to move down. Again, slow time bubble, in order to get that bonus damage, you have to throw that slow time bubble, so make sure you're doing that. Otherwise, they will not take enough damage to actually die to you. So pretty big deal getting that bubble effect on them. And then just try not to stand in explosions from grotesques, and you should be just fine. Overall, not too hard of a challenge rift this week. I don't think it should be too challenging for people, but I did include the map because it could help out if you are struggling. So usually I include the map. Last week was just so face roll that I thought people probably wouldn't even need it. And I think that's the reason why there are less views on the video. It could have been less views on the video because I didn't include the map. It could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I feel like people didn't really need the video last week, but I made it anyway just in case someone was struggling. It was pretty easy though. It was pretty easy. And we're just, like I said, throwing out those spenders as we move through so that we can have our slow time bubbles up and ready to go. There might be a slightly more efficient way to do this. I'm not sure. But we're just going to do it like this because that seems to work for me just fine. Kind of kiting things into your bubbles is the play style here. So you want to get down those bubbles and then kite them into it, fire backwards, fire forwards, whichever direction works the best for you. But you just want to be constantly detonating things that walk into your bubbles, right? Alright, there was an elite I missed down here, so my bad. Let's go and take care of him real quick and all of his little cronies. We actually didn't even need the slow time bubble for that guy. Wow, that's crazy. He blew up before he even reached it. Alright, and then we just move forward. Time is pretty forgiving. If you do end up dying, it's probably because you don't have your armor on, but do keep in mind if you don't have an active bubble up, you lose a lot of your damage mitigation that way too. So if you're struggling toughness wise, that could be a factor. I'm going to grab the shield and just move forward. I don't think I even really need the shield. I'm going to grab it anyway. Just going to kind of group things up a little, throw down our bubble, and then fire backwards into it. Should be pretty chill. We do have our invulnerability on, so I'm not too worried about taking damage here. I'm just worried about getting out those bubbles where I can and just blowing stuff up. You do generate a little bit more resource from your signature spells because he's running a belt that does that for you. So that's handy. I heard a ding. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, virus protection. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted in the middle of my video. Thank you, Windows. Alright. And then we just move on to the next floor. If you can save your seasonal bonus by throwing something out real quick and not losing it, You don't have to kill the things, you just have to tap them in order to keep your seasonal bonus going, right? So try to do that. Seems pretty easy because I think your lightning actually refreshes it too. So I don't think it's too difficult to keep that rolling. And I'm not going to go up that way. It's a dead end. There is density up there, but I don't feel like it's worth it, really. Ooh, that's actually a little painful. Let's go ahead and black hole it. Just throw everything through it. I didn't have my time bubble up in time there. And as a result, those things end up hurting a little bit more than I would really like. And we're going to throw down our black hole again. Just kind of blow up that stuff. Again, just making sure you drop those bubbles on those enemies and you should be good. This should do it here. I don't even think I need this next elite. But yeah, if I do, it shouldn't be too hard to kill him. The Rift Guardian should be super cake as well. Just hit him with a couple orbs and down he goes. So hopefully that helps you guys if you were struggling. Either way, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you didn't know, there is a PTR coming out this week, so I might end up doing some testing. I've been sick a lot over the last month or two. I talked about it in a couple videos ago. As long as I'm not sick, I'm going to try to stream on YouTube some testing of those PTR things. So if you guys feel like dropping by and hanging out, giving ideas, thoughts on the testing, we'll probably be live streaming for a couple hours on Thursday and a couple hours on Friday, as long as I'm not super sick. So either way, thank you guys for being here, and have a wonderful night. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Reddit.